submission. Oh, beautiful right uppercut. Starting to exchange center.
Talk Nation, welcome back everybody. Fight day is almost here. And let me tell y'all something, man. I know everybody probably has Canelo winning this fight by knockout, stoppage. As far as the decision, quite possibly if Caleb Plant does not perform at a high level, Canelo is also going to walk away easily with the decision. But let me be honest and say, you know what? Because I generally root for the underdog. So I'm going to say, you know what? I root for Caleb Plant, man. Not only because of his story, because of what he brings to the game, but for what this fight, if Caleb Plant wins this fight, does for boxing. If Canelo wins this fight, he becomes the first Mexican undisputed fighter of all time. Will that put him in a position to possibly surpass Chavez? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But Caleb Plant, if he wins this fight and becomes the first undisputed middleweight champion, let me tell y'all something, man. That opens up some doors, because the possibility of Caleb Plant upsetting Canelo Alvarez, it does exist. Whether people want to believe it, they want to agree with it or not. How can you be a fan of boxing if you don't think the Caleb Plant could upset Canelo? It can happen. Stranger things has happened. You know what I mean? That's one of the beautiful things about boxing, man. You know what I mean? If if both fighters go into that ring and if one fighter has an off night and the other fighter takes advantage of that off night, but on top of that, he performs at a high level and he upsets his opponent, history. And the fact that this is an undisputed title match between these two competitors. Canelo's WBA, WBC, and WBO belts are on the line. Caleb Plant's IBF belt is on the line. That's a lot of chips on the table. So who has the better hand in this fight? We will see. Canelo Alvarez is 56, 1, and 38. Fantastic knockouts. You know what I mean? He's 31 years of age. He's an orthodox fighter. He has the lesser of a reach between the two at 70 and a half. He's from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. One of the shining stars and bright lights, not only coming out of Mexico, but representing Mexican boxing. A lot of people say Mexicans are the greatest of boxing fans. Some say it's the UK. End of the day, it doesn't matter. If you're a fight fan, wherever you live and you tune in all over the world, you are going to enjoy this fight. This fight has the makings to be not only legendary, but history making and possibly history breaking. You know what I mean? So at the same time, when I say that I'm a ride with Caleb Plant got an excellent jab, moves very well. He's the bigger between the two. He's a full-fledged middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, unlike Lara and some of these other guys that gave Canelo problems, got to keep that in mind, man. Caleb Plant is a full-fledged middleweight, does have power, does have speed, does have great movement. And if he utilizes his jab, his jab is going to be principal in this fight. He's going to have to throw that jab from every angle. You know what I'm saying? Up jab, straight jab, power jabs, you know what I mean? Short, throwing that jab on the angle. And his movement is very good. But when he's moving, trying to turn Canelo, he's going to have to keep that jab present. You know what I mean? He's going to have to disrupt everything Canelo does, and he can do that with a jab. Canelo's punch output and placement is pinpoint accurate. The only thing that can disrupt that is great defense and a great jab. And Caleb Plant has both of those. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't come into this fight like a Rocky Fielding or Yildirim or somebody like that who has that size, but they don't know how to use that size advantage to their advantage, then he's going to lose. But if he utilizes his size and his reach advantage and his speed and his jab and his accuracy and his combination punching, he can make this a tough fight for Canelo. Ultimately, he can upset Canelo. And I told you guys, if this fight goes the distance, the only way that Caleb Plant could possibly win a split decision draw is as if he's going to have to in some aspects and sequences of the fight, dominate Canelo Alvarez. I honestly can't see him knocking out Canelo Alvarez, but as I said, this is boxing. You catch anybody at the right time, at the right angle, they going to sleep. And then what you want to hear? You want to hear the crowd clapping and cheering, you know what I mean? And all those people who was rooting for Canelo, they're going to cheer too. Because at the end of the day, if you're a true fight fan, it doesn't matter if your guy loses. If they put on a good fight, you're going to give them a ton of respect. That's just how the game of boxing is, you know what I'm saying? The true game of boxing commends and loves competitors. It loves competition. It loves a great fight. Of course, we all love knockouts. You know what I mean? Canelo said it himself. He wants to win a fight, but of course, he would also love a knockout. But guess what? You can't knock everybody out. If your opponent doesn't give you the opportunity to knock them out, you're going to have to stick to your game plan, and you're going to have to box. Now, Canelo is a great boxer, but he's also a great boxer puncher. Now, Caleb Plant is not known for being a boxer puncher, but at the same time, he throws his hands and he throws nice combinations. And like I said, he added on some size for this fight. It doesn't look like he went too far overboard as far as gaining weight or muscle. So I don't believe that his movement will be affected highly in this fight. You know what I mean? He always has, you know what I'm saying, great stamina. He doesn't gas out too much. But him putting on that weight, we are going to see if he does fatigue. You know what I mean? But if he's been training hard in camp, he's been working on his cardio, he's been out there running, jumping rope, putting the rounds in as far as sparring, it will show in the fight. Now, we all seen what Canelo did, putting that cut under his eye. Took some time for that to heal. Don't be surprised, man. Canelo is going to aim for that spot. You know what I mean? Because that spot is still fresh. It doesn't have that. I mean, doesn't have that much scar tissue over it. So Canelo could possibly open up a cut on Caleb Plant, and if he keep on working at it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the fight can be stopped, because at the end of the day, it's on his cheek. It's not above his eye or something like that. But he can cut or open up a cut on Caleb Plant early if he gets caught with a shot. This is Caleb Plant. So this fight is going to be super explosive, legendary. We all know it's a history-making fight, you know what I mean? And if Caleb Plant loses this fight, his career still be propelled forward. Canelo Alvarez, this may solidify him as the greatest Mexican heavyweight champion of all times, you know what I mean? Surpassing Chavez, possibly. We shall see. But Canelo, man, legendary performer. I told you guys before, right now, Canelo is pound for pound the best fighter right now in boxing in 2021. But he's also one of the greatest and biggest draws in boxing in the last decade. When Floyd left the game, pretty much Canelo took over. You have Gervonta Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence. These guys also do, you know what I mean, great numbers, but they're not putting up those Floyd numbers yet. Canelo, he's putting up some very good numbers, you know what I mean? So he has a great place in boxing. His spot in boxing is solidified. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, but how will he sit in the Hall of Fame? A lot will be determined in this fight. So my prediction for this fight, I would say, man, I'm gonna go with Caleb Plant, man. I'm rolling with the underdog. Caleb Plant by decision. You know what I mean? Split decision. We gonna see if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to come out and say, you know what, I'm wrong. Canelo did it again. Talk Nation, stand up as your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on fight night and after the fight. Peace.